Yo, what's up? It's your boy Clock Sport, man. Listen, man, I'm out. I wasn't. This was not planned, man. I just want to say this. This video right here wasn't planned. I was not. I was not about to make a video today. Actually, today is really my birthday, so I was just gonna chill and relax. But when Pat Bev decided to keep it one towel out, and I was like, okay, I started listening to it, and I said, okay, I gotta make a video about this because this is extremely important. So I'm gonna let Pat Bev cook. So I'm gonna chime in here and there, but I promise y'all, I'm gonna let that man cook. Let's go.
And I'm predicting that the Suns gonna take them out in Game 7. I ain't worried about it at all. But damn, I mean, that's true. Some would think I don't have an explanation, but I actually do. You see what?
You really don't have no explanation. They got blown out. And and I don't want to hear Chris Paul is a top 10 of all time because he really ain't. People keep saying, oh, if you win a championship, you're going to be top 5. I don't even have him as a top 10 because really, Chris Paul he's only way there because of longevity, to be honest with you. Like, he's not there because of what he done in the game, bro. He's there because of longevity. So if we're going to give people credit for longevity, we might as well give LeBron the same amount of credit, which to me, I don't give him the same amount of credit. But if you really look at it, man, Chris Paul choked a lot of time, man. That man choked at least 5 times, bro. That's a lot. Up 2-0 last year, lose. Up 2-0 this year, lose. Up 3-1, lose. I mean, that man is choked so many times. It's like, it's to the point I just don't know. I just don't know what to call that man. He's a chokester. That's what he is at this point. Because he choked so many times. It's crazy. I'm gonna let capping ass Stephen A keep capping for him.
They asked me about that, y'all. I thought they were asking me about the Cowboys. That's what I thought they were asking me about. I didn't know they were asking me about the Mavs. I had no idea. But now that we have seen what we have seen, unbelievable. I got a lot of explaining to do. You know JJ Redick is in here ready to hold me accountable because he think he Judge Judy. I mean, he is the male version of the judge.
As he should, because he know you're gonna cap. You're gonna be out here capping for CP3. So yeah, somebody gotta hold you accountable. And JJ Redick too. JJ Redick is them niggas are friends. Them niggas are good friends. So somebody gotta hold them accountable. Alright.
And of course, you think I talk smack. You think I talk smack. Wait till you see this brother right here in studio with us. I am a choir boy compared to him. How you doing, Mom?
Hey, morning.
Stephen A, stop it, bro. Everybody know you talk mad stuff. Can't hoop to save your own life, but you talk mad stuff like you can't hoop. People forgot. There's a video on YouTube where Stephen A. Smith had a interview with, I believe it was James Harden at Houston. That's when James Harden was at Houston. So he was talking to James Harden. James Harden passed him the ball. I kidding you not. This man was right there on the 3-point line by himself, shooting brick after brick after brick after brick. And I said to myself, if you can't even make a 3 by yourself, I don't want to see what you will do in the game. But you be swear that you know about basketball. These niggas don't know shit about basketball. But let's keep it moving.
Good job this weekend.
That's right.
What a start here for Dallas. On the road in the Game 7. Doncic.
I can't attend to the culture. I see the hate, so say what you say, because I got to watch for the vultures.
Luka Doncic is absolutely putting on a show here in the Valley. This is Phoenix's biggest deficit all season. And the booze cascading down.
They ain't never seen it like
Doncic, and the Dallas Mavericks are going to the Western Conference Finals.
There's so much.
I mean, 2 Game 7s yesterday, and talk about this crew right here. Stephen A. Smith, the one and only Pat Beverley. Great to have you in studio, sir. Great job on Get Up. I was watching you, and of course, JJ Redick. Gentlemen.
I just want to say, y'all be nice. Y'all be nice, you know what I'm saying? Both of y'all.
You're pointing
you my
at
little
us,
brother. You my little brother now. Don't ignore that.
I gotta say,
Don't be nice. Cook him. Cook CP3 and cook Stephen A.
is a little scared today because what he thinks is going to happen here is that you and I are going
Yeah.
to tag team and team up.
Oh, that's
what he
what
thinks.
y'all do.
That's
I'm
what he
ready.
thinks.
He's
That's
nervous.
what y'all do. I know
Yeah.
how y'all
That's what's going
roll.
on.
But let's
And he
go.
doesn't know how you're going to come, so yeah,
Let's
he's
go.
nervous about
Trust
it.
me,
Yeah.
I know that's my little brother right there. I know how he gonna come at me. How's mama? Everybody.
She's good. She's good. Thank you for asking, brother.
All the
Thank you.
best. This is better.
All right, gentlemen, let's do it. A lot to unpack. So, as I mentioned, 2 Game 7s on Sunday as Luka and the Mavs said no mas to the number 1 seeded Phoenix Suns. Not just sending them packing in Phoenix, but blowing them out by 33. There are levels to this, and Luka is on another one, 35, 10, and 4. Here's Jason Kidd on silencing those critics.
We don't know how far this can go. That's why we got to play them. That's why we showed up to play this evening. No one gave us a chance. A lot of people said it was going to be a blowout.
Including me. I didn't give y'all zero chance. I honestly thought this series was gonna over in 6. And the fact that you willing your team to win, that's credit to your coaching, Jason Kidd. I applaud your coaching. You did a great job because and everybody know that the Dallas team wasn't like that. It was not playing the way they were playing right now. They will not play like that with last year with Carlisle. With Carlisle have Luka to just win games. Just basically Luka gonna be the savior. You trying to implant not only play defense but also let the others involved, like the Brunsons, the Dinwiddie, and the other dude that injured. I forgot his name. When he get back, they're gonna be a scary team. So yeah, y'all did y'all thing, man. Shout out to Dallas, bro. Shout out to Dallas because ain't nobody give him credit. I didn't think they was gonna go to the Western Conference Final. I said, man, this team gonna be second round as best. But now y'all all the way to the Western Conference Final. So shout out to you, Jason Kidd. You doing a great job in Dallas, bro. Keep it going.
Oh, well, they were right. But they didn't have us on the winning side.
Were you aware at halftime you had as many points as the Suns?
Oh yeah, of course. It was a good old-fashioned ass whooping, beginning to end.
All right, Chris Paul had 10, Devin Booker 11. Stephen A., I'll start with you here. What went wrong for the Suns?
Everything. That's the first answers. Props to the Dallas Mavericks. I gotta apologize. I didn't see this coming. I knew Luka was gonna do what he was gonna do. I had no idea Spencer Dinwiddie would play like that. I thought Jalen Brunson would do his thing, but to be up by 30 at the half, Luka to have as many points as the Phoenix Suns in the first half, for them to be up as many as 46 in a game 7. It was the largest halftime deficit in the history of a Game 7. It was one of the largest deficits, the 46-point deficit in NBA history. It was a complete catastrophe on the part of the Phoenix Suns. It don't get much worse than what we saw yesterday. DeAndre Ayton, good luck in getting your max dollars. That's going to be compromised. You, Devin Booker, you still a star. Mad respect for you in the whole bit. But a Game 7 defines legacy. We all know this. When you don't show up in a Game 7 in epic fashion the way that they did yesterday, that is the kind of stuff that stays attached to you throughout your career unless you offset it by coming back to win the championship. That's just the way it is, JJ and Bev. Y'all know that. That's number 2. Number 3, I'm sad for my man Chris Paul because from the moment he turned 37, he's been awful. Averaging 9 points, 3.5.
No, it ain't just awful. He just being played like hot garbage. And in this series, ever since game 2, they make crazy adjustments, and then they literally forcing CP3 to be out there like play defense. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make CP3 play defense and then just trying to take his leg off him. And once you do that, you got him. You got him.
Turnovers. I don't know what the hell happened to him over the last 4 or 5 games. When they lost 4 of those last 5 games, I don't know what the hell happened. Since he dropped 28 points in game 2, Chris Paul has made 18 shots and has committed 18 turnovers the rest of this series. That's all he did. And so when you look at it from that perspective, I know they think they'll be back next year, but I'm looking at all the teams in the Western Conference, and I got serious concerns about the future. It was very, very bad. Period. No excuses. They got their butts whipped.
No, they're not going back. They're not going back. The NBA is going to be way more healthier next year. The competition is going to be stiff. People understand the way to win against Phoenix, and that is attacking Chris Paul. If you watch the game, if I'm a coach and if I'm playing Phoenix Suns in the playoffs, I'm holding my hat on that. It worked. Wear them down, make them play D, make them score, make them facilitate, and we go have our hats at the end of who will win. And that's what Dallas did. You have to give Jason Kidd a lot of credit. A lot of credit. He did a hell of a job.
I've talked about the Phoenix Suns.
Thank you so much, Pat. You keep it one tower right now. Keep it going.
In a glowing light all season. I've talked about Book and CP in a glowing light all season. And CP is a dear friend, but they deserve all the slander that they are going to get over the coming weeks and months for that Game 7.
Slander? They deserve to get cooked. Cooked. How you up 2-0? Game 7 at your crib. You go out like this. 10 points, CP3? 11 for Devin Booker? Hell no. They don't deserve to get slandered. Slander, they'll be like this. They were down 3. They were down 2-0. They come back and then they just lose by the better team. No. They were the better team. They had the record. They had everything. So no, slander is not even the word. They deserve to get cooked. Cooked. Well done. And I'm going to continue cooking their ass.
Performance.
And they talk so much. Oh my God.
We talked. I was on here last. I was on here last week, and we've said the same thing. I said the same thing as you. It was 2-2. I said ultimately, I think Suns win this series. I did Game 6 on Thursday, and I think Dallas had figured them out. And I had a really hard time believing that they were going to win yesterday. That Suns would be able to win yesterday. Luka came out. He snatched their soul. Like there was something that happened there in that first quarter and a half, where he just took their soul. He took all the life out of that team. That's how good he is. To your point, they attacked CP. Game 6 and 7, CP scored 23 points. As the primary defender, when he was guarding, he gave up 33 points. 118 points per possession when he was the primary defender in Game 6 and 7. That's league best offense.
I'm looking at as you know those numbers. I'm looking at
that is league best offense. So the formula: you blitz CP, you don't play drop, you force him to his left hand, and you attack him. Because when you get down to the playoffs, we've seen this year especially, when you get down to the playoffs, what matters? Size matters.
Right.
You need big wings. You need a player like Giannis. That's why losing Chris Middleton was so important, for the Celtics to win that series. You need size. And
hold up.
I love CP. He's a first.
Hold up. This ain't got nothing to do with Giannis right now. We cooking CP3. Stay in the target. This ain't got nothing to do with Giannis. Giannis shouldn't be mentioned in this conversation because this is CP3. We cooking him.
First ballot Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest point guards of all time. He's one of them, Pat. He's absolutely one of them.
Is this one to let up?
But
I don't think so.
I
keep going with your
if
narrative.
he is your best player,
right?
If he is your best player, is your ceiling a championship team? Well, and so far, historically, the answer to that is no.
The ceiling is not a championship team.
If Chris Paul is your best player, your ceiling is not championship. We saw it happen in the Clippers. We saw it happen when he was playing for the Houston. We saw it happen when he was playing for New Orleans. We saw it happen right now. We saw it happen last year. So the notion that if Chris Paul play on your team, they favor to win a championship is bull crap. Bull crap.
That's number one. Let's get that out of the way. You get blown out and you down by 46 in the game 7 on your home court. Everything goes out the window.
Yep.
You have been significantly humbled and exposed. Those are the two words that come to my mind, humbled and exposed. Yeah, Luka did what he did, but I'm not surprised by that. I expected Luka to do his thing. What I didn't expect is that the reason why I picked the Phoenix Suns to win this game is because they were getting blown out on the road and they were winning at home. The role players seem to be different in Dallas than they were when they went on the road. And that's what I was counting on. I was thinking about game 7. Pressurized environment. It's going to have to come down to Luka, and Luka alone wins you at home, but on the road, not so much. So I was assuming that Phoenix was going to do what they were supposed to do in Game 7. But let's call it what it is. They got their ass kicked, and I mean thoroughly. It was a beat down. And if you are Devin Booker, you've also been humbled because again, Luka is such a star. That was your opportunity to remind everybody you were 1-2, and so you are part of that team that gets blown out that way. You have absolutely no answer whatsoever. It comes down to that. But I'll go to you, Bev, because I want you to elaborate. You're talking about Phoenix talk so much. Give us some perspective, some insight on what it's like to play against the Phoenix Suns.
I mean, we are in Phoenix. We're playing against them, and we're going to see you guys in the playoffs. You guys are going to be the ace.
Hold up. It's easy, like Luka said to them. It's easy to talk a lot of trash when you're up 2-0. Or 3-2, by the way. Let's see if you can keep that conversation. Let's see if you can talk in trash when you're down. Because as they were blowing them out, I didn't hear bleep from CP3. I didn't hear bleep from Booker. I didn't hear bleep from Bridges. I didn't hear bleep from nobody. Luka shut that shit down.
See you guys who we want to see. But I'm going to pause it right there. All right. If Kawhi's not hurt, Phoenix doesn't go to the championship last year.
I agree with that.
Thank you. I've been saying this last year. People was like, you a hater, this and that, you a hater. Bro, if you know basketball, you know everything about basketball, you would have really dissect basketball. You're going to understand, like, Kawhi don't get injured. CP3 probably won a game. I said the series probably like 5 or 6 games. Top. I don't even think Kawhi would have wasted his time would go to a game 7 with them. I don't see it.
Let's be honest.
No, I agree with that.
So why are we the next year talking about how great?
Because they turned around and they won 64 games.
They're a seasoned team. Their system is great. Their system is a system that all the players know. Their coach, they have all the players coming back. They had the main core been there. They just added CP. Their coach has been phenomenal. Of course, you're supposed to win a lot of games. You're made up to win a lot of games.
64 games says something.
And then get blowed out says nothing.
I agree that, but I'm saying if they win yesterday, we're not saying that because they had won 64 games.
And then
that's why we anticipated they were going to the conference finals. I thought Golden State was going to take them out. That was my belief all year. They was going to meet Phoenix, and they were going to take them out because Dallas was a body.
We wanted them first round.
Minnesota wanted them first round.
First round.
Karl Anthony Towns wanted them first round.
Anthony Edwards wanted them first round.
Anthony Edwards. I mean, don't get me started, but that's a big time, bro.
You guys should have lost to the Clippers then.
No, we don't do that, but no.
I think there's an element here. I talked about this earlier this morning. There is an element here, just X's and O's wise. I think this is important to note.
Okay.
The Phoenix Suns have one of the worst shot profiles in the NBA, in the modern NBA. Pat Bev, what do teams try to get? Threes, layups, free throws, right? You're right. They operate in the mid-range. They're bottom 5 in the league in the regular season in three-point attempts. They're bottom 5 in the league in the regular season in free throw attempts per game. Now in the playoffs, they're 15th out of 16th in those two categories. They just don't generate enough pressure on the rim to create three-point opportunities. And what Dallas did in this series, they're up on every Chris Paul pick and roll. They're late switching on he can't get to that elbow jumper.
Yeah.
Devin Booker, every time he gets a dribble handoff, every time he's in a pick and roll, they're blitzing that action. The Suns don't have that third guy. They don't have that third perimeter scorer.
But fellas, we're not having a conversation about why Phoenix lost. We're having a conversation about
it says down there.
The thing literally said what went wrong, Stephen A. So I think that's what the conversation is all about. What went wrong? So they telling you what went wrong. That's when Stephen A. got to attempt his BS to stop them from cooking him. because he don't know what they're talking about. Stephen A. don't know anything about what he's talking about. Bro, anybody could go in there and do Stephen A. job, bro. All that he do is yell, 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 shout, shout, shout. He ain't telling you anything like you don't know. That's why motherfucker go on YouTube so you can learn about what went wrong and things like that. People who dissect the game, people who watch the game and things like that. Stephen A. Smith not telling you anything. He telling you he's saying based on fan base. He's a fan. He a fan. He ain't telling you it like without being a fanboy. He a fanboy at the end of the day. You're not gonna learn anything from a fanboy, but nothing but biases.
What went wrong for Phoenix?
You interrupted. Get my point. We're not having a conversation about why Phoenix lost in theory. We're having a conversation about why they were down by 46 points.
Scared.
30 at the half.
They were scared.
So now that's where, what are you saying to that?
Basketball player, you can see it in their eyes, they were scared. It ain't about Luka taking their soul. They knew starting the game what was going to happen. He's done it before. They watch, trust me, they have iPhone, they have Instagram, they see the numbers of Luka Doncic averaging 39. They hear me saying, man, he did it to me, Kawhi, Paul George. I'm damn sure he gonna do it to them. They know that. The boy's scared of Luka. Ain't nobody afraid of anybody over there in Phoenix, man. Everybody in the league knows that, bro. Like, it's just that y'all don't know that because y'all not in the locker room. No one's afraid of Phoenix. We wanted them. No one's afraid of Phoenix. I talked to some teammates, I ain't gonna say who, because I'm gonna say who, forget it. I talked to Paul George last night, man. Pat, ain't nobody scared of them. But you face Dallas, you ain't scared of Dallas, but man, you scared of Luka. Hey man, you gotta get your game right when you play Luka. I'm just being honest.
I want to go back to something really quick that you said earlier, Pat. You don't think CP3 is one of the greatest point guards?
My opinion, and of
Tell
course.
me why.
That's my opinion too. I think we get overblown because of how many years he played, how many assists he got and steals and things like that. But to be honest with you, if you really look at the grand total, can we say the 13 years that Isaiah Thomas played versus Chris Paul, 17 years going on 18? I'll take the Isaiah Thomas 13 years over his 17 years because this is what I know. Isaiah Thomas wheeled his team 3 times in the finals. They should have been the first team that won 3 championships back-to-back. 88, 89, and 90. If Magic Johnson didn't do what he did against Isaiah, or if Isaiah Thomas didn't get injured in 89, no, not 89, 88. In 88 season in the finals, man, we would have been looking like a 88, 89, and 90 Detroit Pistons dominant. But they still won back-to-back. So to me, I think when it mattered, and beside that, when the game is important, Isaiah Thomas will give you points and assists. He'll set up his teammates from first 2 games and the 3rd and 4th. Mid-3rd to 4th, he'll take over. He'll give you 40. He'll score 40, 30, and he'll give you assists to back that up. So the greater the game is, the more that Isaiah Thomas wanted it. But with Chris Paul, that man choked too many times for me. He was up 3-1, lose to the Rockets. He was up 2-0 to San Antonio, lose. He was up 2-0 last year, lose. He was up 2-0 this year, lose. I mean, come on. How many passes we gonna keep giving this guy? Top 10 point guard of all time. I wouldn't even put him on top 10 point guard of all time. If we're looking at if you're going by the body of work, so you basically give him credit for longevity. But if you really dissect what Chris Paul bring to the table, I'm not gonna say he's better than Stockton to me. He's not better than Stockton. He's not better than Isaiah Thomas. He's not better than Magic Johnson. To me, I'll take Jason Kidd over him, man. Seriously, people don't understand how basketball works. But hey, I'm gonna let Pat Bev cook.
if I did a job and I had the freedom to do a job for 17 years, and I got the keys to the Lamborghini in order to do the job, and I did it, and I was healthy, I took care of my body, I did all the small things for me to stay consistent in this league, and I did it for 17 years, I better have some damn numbers. I better have numbers. And that's what I'm saying. If J.J. Redick was playing with freedom for 17 years, the way he played with the Clippers, if he played like that for 17 years, he had a 3-point, he had a record. No discredit to Steph Curry. I'm just saying, over a long period of time, you should get those numbers. And over a long period of time, you play the game long enough, you go get numbers.
But doesn't the brother deserve credit for lasting that long? And being in the league that long?
You just said the longevity.
There you go, fanboy alert. So you basically giving a guy credit. You're not giving him credit based on his accomplishment or based on what he earned or based on what championship he won. So you basically give him a credit because of all them years that he played. Nah, Stephen, it doesn't work like that. When you work a regular job, they don't pay you based on how many years you've been showing up. They pay you based on your performances. They pay you based on what you've done. They pay you based on your the year that you having, as far as like your numbers and things like that. Like if you work a sales job, they look at how many sales you have last year, the year before. If you keep coming, you get paid based on the number of sales that you have, not based on how many years that you've been here, you've been loyal to this place and things like that. No, I'm not giving you credit based on what you're a professional. You're a professional basketball player. You're supposed to keep yourself healthy. You're supposed to be in top shape. You're supposed to be playing longer. But I'm not going to give you credit based on your failures, because you got more failures than accomplishment. I mean, this is the truth. Chris Paul got more failure than accomplish. Like last year, people were saying if he won a championship, he'll be top 5. I'm still not putting him top 5. Hell no. Whether he won a championship or not, he's still not going to be top 5. I'm still not going to pick. Like I said, I don't think he's better than Magic. He's not better than Isaiah Thomas. He's not better than Stockton. He's not better than Oscar Robinson. Those are the guys I can think of right now. I don't have the list on top of my head, but he's not better than Bob. No, he ain't better than those guys, man. Stop it.
And being good enough to be given the keys? Like, they're not giving the keys to the Lambo to any driver.
But then what about in clutch moments?
Well, this is where, to me, we're going to bring up his playoff failings. Chris Paul, for his career, has been better in the playoffs than in the regular season. Mm-hmm. These 5 games, he was terrible. He was terrible. This was not the CP3 that we've gotten used to. The one thing, you bring up a valid point about, the legacy and the opinion of it being based on his freedom, right? I get it. But you still have to be good enough to be given freedom. You still have to be good enough. If you're you still have to be good enough to do it that long, Pat. You know that. There's guys that do it for 2 or 3 years. To do it for 17 years at his level.
He hasn't done it for 17 years. He's done it for 15 years. Because he didn't make the playoffs a couple years.
Okay, there's another.
I'm just being honest. I'm just not gonna let y'all up here and just say anything.
First of all,
and I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, I agree.
Excuse me.
We don't want you to do that.
First of all, your first take, my brother. You entitled to say
No, you disagree with everything.
You're actually made the first
We
take.
good. There's no problem. But
Perfect show for
but I want to
Pat
ask
Beverley.
you, because I'm going to ask this question. This is to both of you guys, because it's a very important question. CP3 turned 37 last Friday. Mm-hmm. And from the moment he turned 37, over these last 5 games, it just plummeted.